Hello, and welcome to Math Foundations. My name is George Allen, and I'll be your instructor for the next 6 weeks. So I already posted an announcement welcoming you, and I also sent an email to all of you, so please make sure to read the announcement and read the email. And also, every time you log in, make sure to read the announcements and also check for the emails. And each week you will see lecture notes before the assignments. So if you look at the listing for what is due each week, you will first see lecture notes. Now the lecture notes are not called lecture notes. They are short essays or short articles about the main topics of that particular week. Okay, so make sure you read those, because reading those will make reading the text much clearer. Also, make sure to read the objectives. For each week, you will see what the objectives are for that particular week. Now, the first week, you will be reading Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. And those two chapters are related to whole numbers, integers, and algebraic expressions. Then below the lecture notes, you will have your assignments. Now in week 1, you have an equation editor assignment to get you to practice how to use the equation editor so you can document your answers and your steps. And so be sure to do those first. Then, after the equation editor assignment, you will have your problems that you will get each week. And the problems will be based both on the two chapters that you are due each week. Now, there will be a statement which says week 1 assignment, and that's the list of all the problems. Now, the way I'd like you to submit your assignments is using special forms that I've designed. Those forms appear right below the assignment statement. So I added those to the course. And also right below that, I've added the problem statements for that assignment for those chapters. And instead of having to look at the problem numbers and looking in your textbook to see what the problems state, if you just look at that problem statement document, it will have copied all the problems that you need to do. Now, in some cases, you may still have to look at your text, because if there's an image in the text that was not reproduced in the problem statements. But for most of them, you can get an idea of what the problem was by just reading that instead of going to the text. Another point I'd like to make is that your text shows you in the first two chapters, or especially in the first chapter, manual operations for division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. But instead of doing it manually, we have a new invention called electronic calculators. So you can use those, and I specifically would recommend the TI-30XA, Texas Instruments 30XA, because it has all the capabilities that you will need to use in this course. Now, of course, if you already have a calculator that you like, that's fine. The TI-30XA costs anywhere from between $9 to $16, depending on where you go. Another thing I'd like to mention is that I will have an online session each week on Thursdays from 1 to 2 p.m. So if you have any questions, any issues, you can participate in that session, and hopefully I can answer the questions that you have. Of course, you can always send a question via email or go to the online tutor, which is available all the time around the clock, and you can check that by looking at the resources tab in your system. So I'd like to wish you good luck in your course, and I'll be seeing you throughout